I believe that I am the best person for the job of President of the United States. My unique talents give me the ability to be assertive and diplomatic at the same time. I'm a person who will spike the conversation, who will get politics rolling and stimulate new questions and new answers to our current political dilemma facing our nation. I believe I have a keen understanding of the economy and how to improve where we're at relative to other nations around the world. I believe that our goal at America's Third Party was to create a very strong platform in which would propel the American people forward with new opportunities and a new possibility of creating a better nation, a cleaner environment, and less war. I believe that I am the best person for the job of President of the United States. My unique talents give me the ability to be assertive and diplomatic at the same time.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to America's Third Party. I'm David Sponheim, and today is Wasteful Wednesday. Yes, we've come to the right place to talk about government waste, and right now we've got unbelievable waste in the White House. People spending $43,000, Scott Pruitt, director of the EPA, $43,000 on a phone booth that's secure. I mean, it's ridiculous. The Government Accounting Office has said this is illegal. Money spent, unbelievable amounts of money spent on decorations for offices by Trump's administrators. But more importantly, we've got a president who can't make a solid, logical decision. When he said he would go meet Kim Jong-un in Pyongyang, it was the most mindless statement I've ever seen from a president in the history of America. And now he's saying an even more mindless one. He's saying that if North Korea talks are not fruitful, I will respectfully leave. Okay, let me run this scenario by you, okay? He's in North Korea with a team of maybe 10, 20 people. He's surrounded by 600,000 men with rifles, Kalashnikovs, pointing right at him. Okay? But he's going to respectfully leave if he doesn't like the discussion. Can you believe how mindless this is? And he's carrying the nuclear football. If I were involved in the Pentagon, I would absolutely insist that Trump not go. I would not allow him to go. It is an unbelievably mindless thing to do. It puts our nation at great risk. Plus, North Korea has already said they're not going to get rid of any nuclear weapons, and when listening to Pompeo, you automatically hear this idea that they want to, somehow. They don't want to get rid of nuclear weapons. We have to accept that fact. We can't possibly negotiate with somebody who is unable to move. So what is the purpose of going there? Do we want to make money on their cabbage collection, that they're growing cabbage in some of the death camps they have there? Why go there? There's no reason to. Well, to tell Trump you can't go will make him want to go more, Tsunami Rose says. Well, we don't need a person who can't calculate a simple logical decision as a president. We really have to convince the Republicans to impeach him. And as the truth comes out that he's been having extramarital affairs, he lies about all these things. He seems to be having a woman in his White House right now. A woman is sitting in the White House, you probably don't even know unless you watched our show, named Carolyn Sunshine. With a name like Carolyn Sunshine, you got to wonder what kind of a relationship does he have with his press assistant? She's a former Disney star, YouTube star. She's in the White House to fill the place of Hope Hicks, who was also his companion. I mean, this is unprecedented. After Bill Clinton was privately in the White House with Monica Lewinsky, we don't even have a camera or audio tape of what's going on in there. I told you I'd put a camera in the White House, right in the Oval Office. I even said I'd put it under the desk to make sure I wasn't getting Bebos while sitting there talking to you. I would not cheat on Sarah. And I got to tell you, this is the most disturbing president we've ever had. Worse than Bill Clinton, ironically. And he's pretty bad. We find out that Bill Clinton is into some pretty kinky stuff and nobody wants to talk about it. Yeah. But in reality, we've got to get a camera in the White House and find out what he's doing with Carolyn Sunshine. And why did the mainstream media cover this appointment last week? Hard to understand, huh? Yeah, I would put a presidential cam underneath the desk at the Oval Office, sure. I mean, the American people have a right to know what's going on in the Oval Office, period. They do. And let's not forget Jeffrey Epstein's island, which Trump is protecting. Trump is protecting Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. He won't prosecute them. So you people that voted for him thinking you'd get some sort of answers to what they did, you're not getting anything. I have, let's see, my Y2K storage, I've got dried milk, rice, wheat that's 20 years old, and it's still good. We had some waffles last week from some of the Y2K wheat. This is pre-GMO wheat, by the way, before the wheat industry started putting GMOs in the crops. I don't have any emotional feeling for Barbara Bush about her death. I wasn't involved with her. I don't know her. I don't feel anything. But I'm not going to call her a racist like that high school teacher did. I think we got a lot of things to answer to, and that we're not getting anywhere with the president that constantly runs around and does nonsense, boring nonsense, talking about his affairs, and now we're investigating his Russian involvement. All of this is just unbelievable and in many ways disturbing so far that we're wasting our time. We need a program to get people jobs, and we have that program at America's Third Party. We could get you a solar installation job with our Solar Rooftop Revolution. We can get you a home, or maybe a job fixing up homes with our Homestead Renewal Plan, just for starters. We are also putting together a plan to give people a college education, which Trump hasn't rolled out yet. He claimed he was going to help, but he's been copying my ideas. He can't seem to do that. In America, the cost of an education is, it's more than $75,000 a year now. This is an older picture, but you can get a free education in all these other countries. You can't in America. And what I'm proposing is a 6-week to 6-month certification program for people to get a job paying $20 to $25 an hour. That's a start. Yeah. So I can't give you a 4-year education. That's too much money. And the cost of education is way too high in America because colleges are literally for profit. They're all about making money, not about producing intelligent people. They're putting out, it's the sheepskin conspiracy. Have you ever read that book? It's a pretty good book. But it's all about getting a college degree to get a job. Well, how about training in a specific area that make you productive so you can be certified and get a job where that job is waiting for you if you do a B plus or better, or maybe a B or better, something like that. B plus or better. B minus is skirting close to C. But right now we're elevating people with C minus averages to the highest positions in the country. I have a friend that makes $250,000 a year. I, beyond that, got a job at a pharmaceutical company. That's going to be a big paying job. I have a friend who makes $250,000 a year, and he graduated from college with a C minus average, and he had to work to get it up from a D. But he's making $250,000 a year. He's doing really well. I don't make anything. I retired. But he's doing real well. It doesn't take a genius to get a certain amount of income in this world. In fact, if you put your nose to the grindstone, you can have a good life in America. You don't have to be a super smart guy to get a college degree either. So it's all about being willing to focus and do what they ask you to do in the company. I don't like that whole model. I think it's a big mistake. Downstream, it's going to be very bad for our country that we have a bunch of yes men walking around telling people what they want to hear. That's not exactly a good quality, intelligent workforce. But my friend who's, he thinks he's smart, he actually makes good money. He just bought a $1.3 million house overlooking Los Angeles. I was at that house when I was down there. You saw kind of in the background on the videos that I was doing, which, by the way, I've uploaded to YouTube. We didn't have a recording of last night's show, which is fine because it was kind of the end of a long line of the Bush family, and I didn't really want to record my recordings of me talking about Barbara Bush. But we did make an upload of all the traveling videos just now. So you can watch those if you want. If you weren't in the show during our 1 week vacation down in California and Disneyland. But it was a fun trip. Got to see his house. He was very happy. He was bragged about it. And, I think I restored a relationship with this friend I've had for a long, long time. We've had some ups and downs, but he's a good guy. And he's a hard worker. And it says everything right there. Hey, Beekman, welcome. You don't have to be an A-plus student to be a successful person in America. You really don't. You can be a C-minus student and still succeed. So don't make your grades a barrier. If you are a really good student in high school, like I was an A-plus student, it's a head trip. When you get to college, you don't do well. Everybody faces challenges. For me, it was daunting to get B's because I partied. I had a lot of good times in college. My 1 year at UCLA, and my second year I went in, I didn't have so much fun. And I can tell you I didn't graduate from college. I don't have any regrets though, because I really feel like I'm doing what I wanted to do. And nobody tells me what to do. No corporation pulls my strings. I got some B's in my class at UCLA, yeah. I was partying all the time. I got hooked up with a woman who was absolutely gorgeous. But she was not romantically involved with me. But I wasted a full year having fun with her. We had the best time just walking around the campus and joking around and drinking at Kirchhoff Coffee House, and we had iced coffees and we chatted. And I really enjoyed that year. But it really ruined my opportunities in life. So I decided to move on to a different approach to what I wanted to do in my life. And if you find happiness in simpler things, you don't have to spend a lot of money to be successful. You can just save money and not spend money, and that's one way to get ahead in this world. There's all kinds of ways of getting into this. No, Sarah, I've talked about the woman, but I was never romantically involved with that woman. She doesn't know that woman. And thank goodness I didn't get romantically involved with that woman, because it would have been devastating. She had 5 guys on the wing. She said she had 5 boyfriends. I'm just one of them. And I was a young guy and very easily manipulated by a beautiful woman, and I didn't realize how bad that could be for my future. Yeah, you got a degree. That's right. You're a C student. So don't let grades be a barrier. If you get a B or a C in your class, don't make that make you feel like you want to get out of school like it did for me. It really affected me when I didn't get my A plus ratings. It was kind of a mind trip. I was a perfectionist in high school. I was the number one student in my high school class, and when I went looking for a position at a good college, I couldn't get in. I couldn't get into Stanford. I couldn't get into Harvard. They rejected me, even though I was in the top 98 percentile on my SATs. So I was really affected emotionally by that. It was unfortunate that I felt so connected to perfection. So if your kids are doing B, C work, just say, hey, that's okay. Keep going. Stick to it, and you'll get a job, and you'll get $250,000 a year, like the friend of mine gets. So, but a lot of the colleges are Marxist now, and I ran into nothing but problems with my professors at UCLA who were Marxist. I'm not a communist, and I resent that they are using the positions that they have to push the dogma of Marxism. So I really I rejected the whole college scene. I really did. And that's why I want to see a 6-week to 6-month certification program that will be comparable to a 4-year education, but it won't cost you so much and won't be so long. And you'll be able to make $20 to $25 an hour to start. Because this is not acceptable. The U.S. does not provide an education for its people. That's a big problem. No, but somebody streaked at my my valedictorian, basically took my thunder. As I was walking out on the field, the number one student, some guy ran across butt naked, and everybody just freaked out. Yeah, it was the streaking era, 1977. Yeah, some states are offering free college. New York State is offering free college. I understand Florida is offering free college for good students. That's a good program. But New York State is running out of money. They are way too deep in debt, and their spending has got to stop. So I don't know how they can sustain that. New York State and California and other states, Florida, Washington, Illinois, the democratically led states are breaking down and dropping. They're going bankrupt. We've got absolute wasteful spending going on at every state level. So I will be putting together a comprehensive plan that I will present to all the governors in America as recommendations to save money. And I've got a lot of unique ways, creative ways to save money. For instance, we don't need an assessor's office at any county in America. The assessor's office is completely antiquated. We simply have to get a model that they use on Realtor.com plugged into our local county governments to assess values of houses. We don't need assessors. We're spending $2 to $5 billion per county on assessors. That's one way to save money. We don't need them. They're completely unnecessary. Yeah, women are getting, women are treated differently than men. Women are looked at poorly if they just have a couple relationships, DT Laura. Men look like they're, Mr. Don Juan if they have a couple relationships. It's kind of unfair. I will be running for president in 2020, yes. But the question really is will you be able to vote for me? So the plan to get me on the ballot is still in play, but highly unlikely I'll get on the ballot in any one state. So then the question is, will I be a write-in candidate in every state? Well, 35 states require me to be a write-in candidate. I have to actually file each individual state. So I'm going to require people who want me to be a write-in candidate in their state to make a donation of $100. Then I will do it. It's going to be a difficult process to even get on the ballot, let alone to become a write-in candidate, or vice versa. To become a write-in candidate is going to be difficult. To get on the ballot is even worse. So there's going to be some difficult times ahead for this party. And I don't even mind waiting till 2024. I'm not that concerned. I think the world is spinning out of control. And the more I want to be president, the more likely this is the worst possible scenario for me. It's a win-win for me to not be president. It's a losing opportunity for me to be president, because I will be taking on all the debt this country has acquired and trying to sort it out. And nobody with any intelligence has tried that. We've got Donald Trump just pretending like he's a president when in fact he's a complete imbecile. It's unfortunate that we're wasting all this time. I could have been president in 2008 if I'd had 1 second of media time, but I've been completely censored in my own country. So I harbor a little resentment toward the mainstream media, to say the least. Nothing more than 6 months? Yeah, well, that's the thing. This is a critical point. I'm going to make this an offer too for students that are right now facing a problem that I faced. You have to wait till you're 25 years old to become an independent financial person. They won't let you do it at 21. And from 18 to 21, you could try to get an education. If your parents don't pay for it or you don't want to take loans out, like in my case, you have to wait till you're 25 to get independent financial status, which is wrong. It should be 21, not 25. So that's one augmentation I'm going to do. The 6-week to 6-month program will be tied to a specific locked-in tuition rate. So colleges that cash those checks, those Pell Grant checks, will have to have locked-in tuition. They can't just keep raising it. That's an important fact because they'll just raise and gouge the cost and your Pell Grant won't cover more than 1/4 of your tuition even for 6 months. So we're concerned about that. Yeah, a minimum of $100,000 for a 4-year degree, $200,000 if you're going to an Ivy League school. And that's minimum. So that's just unthinkable. You'll be in debt for years to come when you graduate and might maybe not even have a job. And a lot of you are assessing that. But the biggest problem we have right now is we don't have our big high-tech industries required to lock in on our local intelligence. We have young people with great knowledge and great math skills that are dropping off like flies from 18 to 21. Instead, Facebook is looking to hire more people from India and getting green cards for these people. That's not the way to build the American populace as job-earning people. We need to focus on American students getting educated so that they can work at companies like Facebook or Google. Now, you probably know that I am a monopoly buster, that my primary goal will be to take down Google. I will be focusing on ripping into Google and telling Larry Page and Sergey that you're going to get cash out on your deal. You can walk with your stocks, but I want Americans to have more jobs at Google from their home. I don't want somebody sitting there making $350,000 a year pretending like they know something when they're absolute idiots. You can tell they're idiots because they don't respond to any emails. And I want more people like you making $36,000 a year from your home, working on websites, doing coding, developing ideas. We've got a very great opportunity to turn Google into a democratically social solution for our job market. But no, Google wants to keep hiring these really, really high-paid jobs. It's just ridiculous. So I can consider Google my number one target to bust for a monopoly. I'll be after them in every way I can because they have proven to be a violation of our privacy. Same with Facebook, a violation of our personal data. We've got leaks up the yin-yang. We find out now from Microsoft, they don't have any backdoor protection on any of these programs we're using. These operating systems were devised by people that have no clear vision as to how to protect your privacy. That's a disturbing fact. And Microsoft doesn't even give you support for Windows 98 and Windows XP. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that they made all this money on the government and they won't even honor protection and security. You should have free virus protection for every operating system you have from Microsoft. I'm not running XP or 98. I'm just saying they just literally abandon these and then sell you a new operating system and sell the government a new operating system, and it leads nowhere. You got people hacking into your computer you don't even know about. You're using Windows 98? Really? That's amazing. Pirates are us. We just found out that there are programs that are automating the actual process of hacking. It can be done in 15 seconds by automated systems now. They can hack your computer. Hackers are automating their work using botnets to break into networks. It's not a new idea, but bots are often used to hijack LOT devices. Boston-based firm Cybereason has been exploring how hackers have been switching to this new tool. Botnets are extremely useful to them as they perform low-level attacks. Bots can run through a large list of usernames and passwords quickly and finding the weakest one. And they can scan the network and create a new administrator user accounts using the command line. Bots. In addition, they dump the credentials of a compromised machine by scanning for browser cookies, and all of it can be done under 15 seconds. ZDNet. Thank you. So, no protection, no forethought. These people have been making crap loads of money without even any solid knowledge of security. When Sarah and I first started this effort to build a third party, we went down to Silicon Valley, and it was the golden age of idea sharing. It was wonderful. We had great times down there. We went to a couple of kind of conventions. They were free. The food was good. They gave you free box lunches. It was awesome. And we learned a lot. And we splashed into the world of technology, and we talked to people, and they heard about us. But no one was really getting behind the America's Third Party message. But what we did glean from all this information sharing was that these mashups were awesome. They were great. People share ideas, and they really they have an opportunity to meet people. So we need more of these kinds of things in America. So that's something I'm going to get the government to back. I'm going to get the government to back technological conventions so that we can bring people together and share ideas, even if it's on a small scale, starting out small and building up. But we've got to get back to bringing Silicon Valley back into the forefront and improve our opportunities for young people. We don't have enough of that. Yeah, Obama did nothing for 8 years. He was worse than Carter. In fact, Obama did something horrible. He created Obamacare, which did not solve any of our healthcare problems. You're not paying less for your race, you're paying more. And you have a higher deductible now for your healthcare, if you even have insurance. And if you don't, you're basically stuck with losing your home and all of your personal assets if you get sick. So something's really, really wrong with our healthcare system, and that's another issue we could segue to. You probably know that, here, let me get this up a little bit. I'm seeing the screen just slightly. There we go. All right. You probably know that the mobile medical unit idea, as it applies to healthcare, is my idea. It's not Trump's. Trump used it in the election, but never implemented it in reality. And he never even put it into the bills that Mitch McConnell pitched that never succeeded at overturning and repealing Obamacare. But the beauty of the mobile medical unit system that I will be implementing is that it will provide low-cost health care for people all over America. And you can start by paying a copay of $30 to get treated. And if you don't have any money, you can sign an affidavit saying you're penniless and Medicaid funds will kick in. But we won't be paying $150 like we are now for a clinic to look at you. We'll be paying $30. The idea is to create mobile medical units that will provide immediate triage and preventative health care solutions for you. When you go in there, you'll have a pinprick test of your blood on a system that's completely sanitized at every single use, so you never have cross-contamination issues, sterile problems. You will get a full analysis, blood chemistry, by a computer, which will print out a diet plan for you. We will have an idea that ultimately people will be able to go in and get medical marijuana, which is medicinal, and since I'm legalizing marijuana, if it isn't done already, it will be medicinal, and it will provide you with some temporary relief to some of your ailments, like if you're suffering from sleep deprivation. You could get a certain variety of marijuana that would provide you instantaneous sleep relief. It's serious. And it will help fund the operation of the mobile medical unit. So this will be part and parcel, part of the ultimate solution for American healthcare. And we're going to hopefully have about 200 of these built within a year, distributed around the country. LA will have 10 units. They'll be rotating around in certain circular areas. They'll all have their territories. You'll be able to get a job if you have a 6-month EMT credential in your area, treating people in a daily fashion. These units will be working 24/7, so there'll be 3 shifts: graveyard, nighttime, and day shifts. You'll be able to get access to people helping you at any time of the day. I'm sure that we'll have a solution for your crab problem, yeah. There's a powder you'll be able to get at the back of the mobile medical unit that will apply to your crab problem that you're experiencing. And a mobile bud unit, yeah. You'll be seeing 1 to 3.5 gram container sales. We won't have large amounts of marijuana. There will be a security guard at every single unit. That's another job people can get who are trained with handling a weapon. Yeah, that's a 6-week course of weapons handling and defense. That's another idea. You could get, trained at a local college in being a security guard for our mobile medical units or our mobile service units. Because I plan on building a scaled down version of this that will help people in tent cities that doesn't have mobile medical supplies, but will have mobile services for people like washer dryers. That's a problem people face whenever they want to, get their clothes clean. They can't, and they're living in squalor. They'll have bathrooms on the mobile service units. They'll all have bathrooms. Even the mobile medical units will have some bathrooms on the other side. I don't want people defecating on themselves while they're waiting to get seen. Oh, I crapped myself. Help me, help me. You can only imagine how horrible that would be. So we have a bigger problem with the Wall Street executives controlling a large portion of our wealth. And that's been getting worse and worse over time, and it's not getting any better. I'm not going to be able to fix that problem right away. I know Bernie was trying to fix it, but he never really had any plan. I can't take on Wall Street while I build a backup system that will support America. We will do everything we can to fire everybody at the SEC and bring in watchdog groups to do the work that they need to do to go after these big corporate magnates and Wall Street executives getting corporate welfare. But I can't promise you I'm going to be able to solve that problem right away. It's bigger than you could even imagine. I don't have a position at the CIA. I'm not a worker of the government. I've never worked for the government. I have no corporate backing. I have no corporate alliances. You got to understand, you're looking at a guy who's got a great mind and great will to do what I need to do, and no ties whatsoever other than the people in this chat room. I am the people's presidential candidate. So if you don't understand that, then you don't understand who I am. Earlier in the show, in the pre-show, we had a guy at iBlog offering to buy me off from Goldman Sachs. They're starting to realize that my plan is working, and they're getting worried because they don't own me. I had a month ago, I had a consortium of Masonic lodges offer me $200 million to cease and desist what I'm doing. And they wanted me to sign a document. I said, no, I'm not signing anything. I will not do anything for money. Pay for play. I will take my paycheck as president, and 1/4 of it will go to local food banks and the garden at the White House so I can generate food for people at our White House buffet, which we will offer for a low price of $14.99. Lunch, breakfast, and dinner, 24/7 buffet. Cool idea, huh? I want the White House to run so efficiently that it actually pays for itself, that we won't have to draw funds from the government to finance the White House operations. We'll be producing a beer, just like Barack Obama did, but we're going to sell the beer for collector bottles and make money that way. Yeah. Isn't that a great idea? So there's a lot of new ways in which the government can run efficiently that I'll be issuing forth as president. And I'm not going to stand around and make up expansive contract plans with big contractors in construction. I'm going to focus on patching our roads, not putting up big, huge bridges that we don't even need. fixing our bridges, training welders. That's a 6-week course that you could learn to become a welder and become a bridge repair person. Right now, we don't have any young people learning welding in America. We're jobbing out. Barack Obama jobbed out $9 billion to the national Chinese welders to come over here and fix our bridges. That's just wrong. It's flat out wrong. Trump gave China an opportunity to mine shale coal in West Virginia. Where did we get out of the deal? Nothing. What are the miners? We've got Americans that are going to be working in a mine, breathing coal dust, listening to some Chinaman walk up to him and tell him what to do, thanks to Trump. I do. We've got some innovative and interesting ideas. And all of our ideas, I think, could veritably be the backbone of a survival solution for America. I mean, these things can be used in an event of a disaster. They'll be ready to go. They'll be running on biofuel, and we'll make sure that they run on hempoline, which will be grown in our national composting system. We're going to actually create hempoline with all the leaves that many of you are going to be growing in your backyard. A lot of you who will be marijuana producers and want to sell it. And when you sell it, you'll have to pay a 10% tax. Well, David, when you teach your children that they too might be on American Idol, is that they just try hard enough. They will stop fantasizing and start looking at the harsh reality of this life. Yeah. You did woodwork and metalwork in school, NYPD? Yeah. Yeah, that's the kind of program that we're going to encourage at the local college level. Well, the reason is that the sustainable model that we've learned from Washington State is that if everybody pays about 10%, the grower, the middleman, and the retailer, Washington State actually gets 42%. It's a little high in my opinion. But Washington State's doing pretty well. They have sold over $1.5 billion worth of marijuana since they started legalization here. And they brought in over $500 million in revenue. That's more than any other way of revenue collecting prior. The state liquor stores are gone here. They were bringing in $100 million a year, but in the past couple of years, we're seeing a huge amount of revenue from the marijuana sales. So that'll be across the country. 42% total tax is really high. I agree. 30% total tax is what we'd be achieving, but anywhere from 10 to 30, because some people will be growers and retailers. So you'll have to actually pay 10% for the growing and 10% for retailing, but your net cost, you won't have to pay the middleman cost. So you'll have a 20% tax. And that's affordable, and it keeps us, very appealing to the people who buy that. What is good about marijuana? Well, I can tell you I haven't had any kind of a vape or anything like that in about 10 days because of this cold that I've had. I got hit with that really bad influenza B that's going around. But I feel better in a way if not vaping in 10 days than vaping. So you can be habitually using and abusing marijuana. It's not good. So I actually encourage people to kind of cut back and kind of lighten up. It'll affect how you feel when you do try it. It has a much stronger effect when you go off of it for a while. And I've tried it and gone off of it for many years. And one time I tried it when I was 21 and I didn't try it again until I was like 28. And then I tried it, I'd take a 10-year hiatus. It all depends on your life. If you're under a lot of stress and you're suffering from PTSD, it will really help. But it can also be kind of a crutch, just like anything. But the good thing about marijuana and cannabis is it's not physically addicting. So there's no come down effect. There's no withdrawal symptoms like you get with cigarettes or alcohol or heroin or opioids. And the best thing about marijuana is it's actually lowered the opioid use. In 13 states that legalized it, because about 39 states now have legal programs of medical or recreational. But of those, 13 states have noted a 33% decrease in opioid use. That means a 33% less overuse and ultimately overdose. We're trying to cut back on overdoses. So we definitely do believe that marijuana will lower the cost to healthcare in our system and will ultimately help us, because people who overdose or get near that cost our healthcare system a lot of money. Some people OD about 10 times in their life, and then they finally die. Hello, Sarah. Welcome.
Hello.
How's it going?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm good. I don't have to be anywhere tomorrow.
Oh, yay.
You have to work.
Good. Well, that's good. Nope, that's not true. That's a lie. I've never said that.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Yeah, Sarah looks great tonight. Yeah, let me just take a moment and talk to Sarah for a second. I haven't talked to her today, so I'm going to play some music for you. Let's go to, right, my music collection. Oh, yeah, I don't have any music. If I put music on, they'll monetize me.
I guess.
All right, so back again here. I had to talk to Sarah about a few things. Yep. I don't own the Bee Gees' Greatest Hits box set, no. No, you can't hear anything. I muted the mic. Hi, welcome. So Sarah's going to give me a little break, and I'm done talking for a while, but thank you for listening to my intro, and I'll be back to discuss other things regarding waste in our government. We've got a lot to talk about. All of our states, except for a couple, are running in the red. I think all of our states are running the red now, yeah. North Dakota is about as fiscally solvent as any of our states, and they've got a deficit. So we'll get to that. Welcome. Okay, thank you. Lots of stuff going on. Let's do a recap of the news. Trump said that if North Korea talks are not fruitful, I will respectively leave. Trump actually thinks that he could leave a Soviet bloc, former Soviet bloc country, Chinese-dominated country, with his entourage, if he doesn't agree with it. It's a trap, Trump. You can't go to North Korea. It would be a mistake. Big mistake. Kim Jong-un is unpredictable. He could hold you hostage. Don't do it, please. Big mistake. We're going to attain nothing. North Korea's already said they're not going to get rid of any nuclear weapons, so what's the point of the meeting? Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, Tsunami Rose. How are you? And hello, everybody. I think I'm getting better. I don't know. I do feel like I'm getting better. And then I'm just... But then... Whatever. Yeah, I'll see a doctor. I was gonna call and make an appointment with the doctor. Tomorrow I'm gonna call and make an appointment with the doctor, but probably not make an appointment till at least until May, something like that. Hello, pirates. Aye aye. How do they treat you with a cold? Isn't it just like vitamin C and rest? You know, they don't really do much more than that. You're already sick. There's nothing I can do. So, take some vitamin C and rest. I mean, I can do that myself without seeing anybody. Oh, you want me to ask for a marijuana prescription? But I don't want to smoke or toke or ingest marijuana, so no, I won't be asking for a marijuana prescription because I don't want one. Hi, 153, how are you? Yeah, I feel like I should always poof out my hair. I always like end up with it with this big part. I'm like, I should poof it out. No, I don't want any weed. It actually kind of makes me, yeah. Disturbed is what I would say. Thanks, Megalitis. All right. Well, if I have a bacterial infection, antibiotics are needed. Bacteria can go away just like a virus. It just goes through your body like a virus. So if your body's strong enough, it'll fight off bacteria. Okay, you can French braid my hair because I can't. Oh, good point. Greek god says we shouldn't compare our country with other countries. Some are better, some might even be worse than our country. But why should we compare? We should just focus on helping our country. Just like other people in other countries should focus on helping their country. Oh, in the Navy, you wear your rate on your shoulder, and your rate is based on an IQ test? Oh, interesting. Can I please ban you all to protest Starbucks? No. I'm not protesting Starbucks. Well, there is one local Starbucks that I don't like. I thought I liked it. I went there after I got back from my vacation thinking, I want to try their hot chocolate. And I was like, was not impressed. Whereas another Starbucks, I do like their hot chocolate. Is weird. Hi, Jackson. Yeah, but then they have to determine that it's not viral to give you the antibiotics. It's such a hassle, 264. Maybe if it were going into walking pneumonia or something like that, yeah, I could see your point. I like Dunkin' Donuts, but they don't have Dunkin' Donuts where I live. And besides, I liked Dunkin' Donuts back when I drank coffee. And I don't drink coffee anymore. I loved their iced coffee. But yeah, we don't have Dunkin' Donuts where I live. I have no idea if I ever had a fever. I woke up like at the beginning of my cold in or whatever this thing is, illness with some sweats, but that's about it. No, we don't have a Tim Hortons here either. We have Starbucks. We have a competitor to Starbucks called Whidbey Coffee. We have a local donut shop. We have all the fast food places. Home Depot, Walmart, all those places. Anyway, but we don't have Tim Hortons, we don't have Dunkin' Donuts, we don't have a lot of the things that they have on the East Coast. I think we do have a thermometer, I just didn't bother using one. I don't feel like I've had a fever during the daytime, maybe when I was sleeping, but no. I don't think I've had a fever. And I don't think I'm sick anymore. Well, I know it sounds a little bit, but anyway. Do I know about the 13 buttons for the 13 colonies? No, but I do know I bought a baker's dozen. Actually, no In-N-Out burger. Yep, no In-N-Out burger. We do have a Carl's Jr., but it's an hour's drive away. Trader Joe's is 2 hours drive away. Yeah, we're pretty limited here on the island. Yeah, I don't even know if I was coughing at all. Maybe some light coughing. Not like David. David was coughing. But he doesn't sound like he's coughing right now, so that's good. Outback Steakhouse is an hour drive away. Five Guys is an hour drive away. We do have a hamburger joint where your hamburgers are like $15 a piece. I have not gotten it inoculated with vaccinations. There you go. I can take deep breaths without coughing. Thank you. I needed to sit up straight or... Who was that, Dave Swanham? What? But I don't think I'm ill anymore. I think it's altered my voice box for a little bit, or maybe this is how I normally talk, and maybe my ears have finally cleared up, and then I'm like, man, I talk with an annoying voice. I don't know. Oh, well, green tea still has a lot of caffeine, even though it's weak tasting. It's like just drinking. Might as well just drink straight caffeine. All right. I'm glad you were worried about me. I'm glad I'm not bad. Oh, we're on to a new page in our geography trivia. Or at this time, should I go through news? 1, to just hang out, not do news or trivia. 2, for news updates. And 3, for trivia. You guys can vote. Yeah, I like decaf mint tea. Why, Ticken? Why? I'm fine in my house. Four for spelling bee. Oh, darn, I took that book home. The spelling bee. Actually, I'll go for it. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's see. What shall we start with? Maybe we should start with the letter N since I was on N yesterday. Let me go down to, ooh. What is a prefix that is from Greek that means kidneys. Ooh, good job. 545 has it. Good job. Blue Medic has it. Nephro. Good job. What what means pertaining to a nerve or nerves or the nervous system? It's from the Greek. Originally it related to sinews, tendons, cords. Oh yes, you guys are good. Neuro. All right, let's go. Vasculitis, yes, you got it. Good job. And you have the spelling correct as well. Ooh, this one's interesting. What is a prefix that attaches to words and it means night? It's a Latinized form of Greek. Ooh, so close. 542. 545, so close. Change your I to a Y, and I'd say you're pretty much there. Ooh. Instead of knocked, it's night. NYX was night in Greek. And this one is NYCTO. 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 Ooh, this one's good. What is an abbreviation of Latin that means note well? Oh yes, 545, you're all over it. I know, Nycto. It does sound like a WWE name. They could dress all in black. They could be like, I'm Nycto from the night. Oh, so close, Shrimp. It's an abbreviation. 545 has it. It is, oh yes, Blue Medic. And they put N period B period. But Blue Medic is right. It stands for Nota Bene. This is an interesting, what is an abbreviation meaning no good? Actually, it was first in it was first no bloody good in BG, which was cool. That was recorded in 1913. This no good, N.G, no good, N.G dot. That's they've seen it in as far back as 1838. Oh, here's one. What's a short little word that means to catch someone? Yes, indeed. So close, Daryl VJ. You're just forgetting a vowel. Shrimp, you're so close too, but it starts with the letter N. Pumpkin Hunters has it right. Yes, nab. It dates back to 1680s. It's probably a variant of of seize, catch, lay hold of. It now only is in kidnap, which is possibly from Scandinavian. Norwegian is N-A-P-P-E. What is a type of shellfish that yields mother of pearl? Good job, Pumpkin Hunters has it right. Starting with the letter N, it's N-A-C-R-E. Is that nacre? 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 I have to look closer. In an astronomical sense, like we're looking at the stars, what means opposite direction? (545) Did you find the website I'm using? Because you're getting all of them. Or you're just really well read. Maybe a couple. All right. Nadir is right. N-A-D-I-R. I would think that's what it means, Bengalitis, yes. Oh. What is a water nymph? By can mean to. Yes. Or a river nymph. Yeah, indeed. 753 got that one right. Oh, Blue Medic, yes. Except instead of the second I, you should have an A, but good job. Naiad. From Naian to flow. What is a metal pin? Good job, Shrimp got it. Oh, yeah, sure, I should give that to you too, Pumpkin Hunters. Nail. A nailery, by the way, is a workshop where nails are made. Metal pin was a vague clue. I agree with you, Blue Medic, too. You're right. Ooh. I've never heard of nake. Did you know to make someone nake is to make them naked? Naked? All right. What is a salutatory gesture from Hindi and it means bowing to you. Oh, wow. So I should give that one to you, pumpkin hunters. But it's namaste. Namaste. This one's a weird one. What is weakly sentimental, insipidly pretty? It dates back to 1745 from a satiric nickname of English poet Ambrose Phillips, mocking his sentimental pastorals addressed to infant members of the nobility. They called it namby-pamby. Namby-pamby. All right, that one doesn't go to anybody. Ooh. Dating all the way back to the early 14th century. What is undistinguished? And then in the early 15th century, it was just, yes, shrimp got it right. It's just nameless. In the 15th century, it meant having no name, and in the 1610s, it was too abominable to be named nameless. It's kind of like the Dutch nameloos. There you go, Blue Medic. Oh. What is an effeminate man, a homosexual that dates back to 1904? Remember, we're going in alphabetical order, starting with the letter N. Yes, indeed. 545 got that one. Starting with the letter N, though. Are you reading This Present Darkness, Bag-and-Daddy-O? Yes, Nance, or Nancy. Yes. A Nancy boy. Dates back to 1904 from a female named Nancy, which was used as an adjective meaning effeminate when it's applied to men, all the way from 1883. Ooh. That's where it comes from. What is a kind of cotton cloth from China that was in 1755? Specifically from Nanking, China. They called it a Nankeen, Nankeen. So I understand where the word napkin derived from. I'll give that one to you, pumpkin hunters. Yes, but it was Nankeen, Nankeen. What is it when someone is unduly protective? to be unduly protective. Good job, 753. Nattering? Okay, I'll give that one to you. I was looking for nanny, but nattering's good. A hilarious video, but a good idea. Lulu, the world's first automatic, most advanced hands-free toilet freshener. The era of stinky bathrooms is gone. Combining innovative technology and slick, clean design, it directly addresses the source of the smell. It's a toilet prep spray. You sit down, you use infrared technology. Lulu detects the heat of your bum and knows to prepare for what is imminent. It sprays, it dispenses essential oils directly onto the surface of the water. Traps the smell. It forms a barrier on the water, locking the odors underneath the surface. You breathe easy the aroma of the essential oils. Everybody's backing this product, especially after they read about the whole thing from the University of Connecticut. Yeah, but the thing is, I bet a lot of guys are backing the product. I don't know. Maybe women too. But the thing is, women have to sit all the time. I don't need an emote, thank you. What dates back to 1942, and it was used in the manufacture of the chemical that thickens gasoline. That's true, Dr. Meowble. They do make this stuff you can get at Trader Joe's called Poo-Pourri. Correct, 545. And the Poo-Pourri works just the same as Lulu, the toilet thing, but you spray it because you know what's imminent. And I'd rather have that as a woman than the other one, because I don't need essential oils every time I just don't need to do. Every time I sit down, I'll just say that. Have you tried it, Bad Dog? Not potpourri. Well, don't knock it till you try it. They sell it it's a spray bottle. And it's just like the Lulu thing. It's essential oils. You spray it and then you go and then you spray it again. It's in a well, neither is Lulu. Blue Medic. Whoever said Blue Medic, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, go try it. 753 says a bidet is so refreshing. I've never tried that, but okay. All right, we were on napalm. What is the back of the neck? Good job, 545, yes. And Blue Medic got that one too. Good job, Pumpkin Hunters. Yes, the nape. What is a type of bulbous flowering plant that comes from a Greek myth where he looked at himself in the water? Starting with the letter N-A. Good job, Blue Medic. And 545, yes, Narcissus. What comes from Greek, Latinized form of Greek, meaning numbness and stupor? Basically sleepwalking. Yes, 545. Narcolepsy. Oh, good job, Pumpkin Hunters. You got it, Narcissus. How to try to get pigs off Dallas roads and mess it up in a fantastic way. Let's see. Shall I put it over here? And then I'll go here. Here's some pigs on the Dallas roads. Those pigs were running fast at the beginning. What are those? Something on the ground, okay. Oh. How long is this? Oh, got it.
Right. Do you have footage there of something?
Nothing important.
Oh, okay. The sheep?
Pigs.
Pigs. Yeah, today we featured sheep on ice. They were struggling to stay on their feet, and they were like, oh. Gotta cut that off right away.
Where is it? I don't know.
Just go to the other scene. I'll take care of it. All right. Yeah, they'll monetize me on that.
Oh, well.
I'm fighting monetization on all levels. Okay.
I'll have to go down here because otherwise.
Yeah, I'll get it out. I'll take care of it. That was my mistake.
Anyway.
All right. Thank you, Sarah.
That always happens to me. I mean, I go to a different scene and then I go back and I don't realize that something is checked.
Yeah.
Because as soon as it's checked, it'll automatically start playing when I go back to that scene.
And that's my mistake for having checked it. I ran in the pre-show and I can't play music now because you know that Jason song that we were doing? 3 times I've been monetized on it.
Oh my goodness.
And it's just because, you know, there's all these people constantly attacking us on YouTube. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our show. We are in the midst of a intergalactic battle of epic proportion. Am I walking with a cane now? No. Do I look like I'm walking with a cane? That's absurd. I'm built like a stallion. I could probably do a 50-yard dash in 27 minutes. At least. Just looking at these slides.